Hello, third graders. Welcome to lesson 3.2. Today we are going to work on some estimating. Estimating. Now, what estimating is kind of finding an answer that is close but easier, right? So, estimating, you're looking for something close but easier. And what do I mean by that? Well, sometimes you just have to estimate, right? If I say, how many pieces of grass are in the field outside, right? You have to estimate that. You're not going to be able to get the exact answer. And sometimes in our real world, real life situations, we need to be able to do this. Right. So like if when I go to McDonald's and I've got something that costs $1.99 and something else that's 2.14 and something else that's 2.99. Well, what I do in my head is I think, okay, that's close to $2. That's close to $2. That's close to $3. 2 plus 2 plus 3 equals $7. That's how much I'm going to be paying, right? So estimating, we're looking for numbers that are pretty close to our regular numbers, but a whole lot easier problems and numbers that we can do in our head. Okay, this is part of our mental math skills that we're going to be developing today. So I would like for you to open up to Math Journal page number 67. Okay, take a moment, do that. All right, so we're going to look at Math Journal page 67 here together. And it says, let's make it bigger. I know you can see it in front of you, but I need to see it bigger. Rosa makes an estimate for the addition problem below. She uses numbers that are close to the numbers in the problem but are easier to use. So her problem is 322 plus 487. So she does 320 and 490 equals 810. So what did she do to this number and this number? What did she do? Hey, she kind of chose something that's pretty close to those numbers, numbers that end in zero that are easy to deal with. Now, what I think is better is what we are going to do instead, okay? Because 320 plus 480, not something that is super easy to handle in your head. But what I'm going to suggest that we do is to take a look at this 320. And this kind of just depends on how close you want your answer to be, how close you want your estimate to be. So I'm going to take this 322 and I'm going to say that, oh, I think that's pretty close to 300, right? If I wanted to say, was it closer to 300 or 400? Well, it's closer to 300. And 487, is that closer to 400 or 500? Well, that's closer to 500. So 300 plus 500, that's something that is close but easier, right? This is an estimate, right? One way to estimate. This is another way. And this is the way that the second way here is probably going to be a lot more simple for us to do in our head and much more applicable to what we need to do in our own lives sometimes. Okay, being able to estimate numbers. So there's nothing wrong that Rosa did. I'm going to suggest, though, that this second way is something that's a little easier to handle. All right, let's look at one together here. Actually, let's look at these two that we're going to look at together. So we're going to make a close but easier answer. So as I look at this one, 48, right? 48, if I had to choose, I would choose between 40 and 50. And if down a number line, 48 is closer to 50. So I'm going to make the 48 into 50. What about the 63? What would be close to 63 that would make this easier? 60, right? So 50 plus 60. Okay, this is a close but easier estimate, right? When we're asked for an estimate, we don't want to find the exact answer. That's a mistake that some students make. Some students will see, okay, 48 plus 63, I'm going to add those up and get an answer. Not in this type of problem, right? When it says estimate, we're looking for this type of problem. So let's see, 50 plus 60, how much would that be? Well, I know 50 plus 50 is 100. 60 is 10 more, so 110. Or I could have gone 50 plus 60 equals 110 like that. Or 5 plus 6 equals 11 and put a 0 on it is another way to probably handle it. All right, let's look at this one. 213. What do you think we should make 213 so that we can have something close but easier? Okay, I'm going to suggest we use 200. If you said 210, it could have worked for you. Okay. Um, Sometimes when you don't round to the largest place value, it makes it so that you can't figure it out as easily in your head. So I'm going to suggest 200. But if you said 210, you would be able to make that work. Plus what? 400 or 500? That is closer to 400, right? Way closer. See how this works? Right now you can do this. You don't need to write down 200 plus 400. You know that. What is it? 600. So this is called estimating. I'm going to ask you a question. What times in your life when might you use estimation? Oh, let's make a new choice here. Right? When might you have to estimate in your own life? Yeah, there's lots of possibilities. One for sure is money. Sometimes with measurement we do, right? Sometimes we need an exact measurement, but other times we just need an estimate. Like, oh, I'm gonna need about, this side of my fence is about 60 feet, and this side's about 20 feet, so I'm going to need this much fencing, right? We do this with, other things like paint. Trying to estimate how much paint we'll need to cover the area of our walls. There's just a lot of times where you use estimating in the real world. Let me show you what you are going to work on here today as you practice estimating. This is in the HomeLink book, right? So make sure that you notice that this is HomeLink 3.2. Now, my books are numbered differently than yours down at the bottom. So I don't have the page number for you yet. Maybe I can get it, but HomeLink 3.2. So if you can't find this, find HomeLink 3.1 and look at the page after that. Or it's between HomeLink 3.1 and HomeLink 3.3. So I bet that you can find HomeLink 3.2 on your own. You are going to use close but easier numbers to estimate this answer. So you're going to write your estimate down here, and then this is your final estimate, right? Like, so not the exact answer. Don't tell me exactly what 78 plus 43 is, but you're going to do that here. And then you get a chance down here to read a word problem here and use an estimating strategy, right? Make sure that you get one that you can handle pretty easily in your head. Hey, that's going to be my suggestion so that this is something you can use in your real life. All right, third graders, that is all we are working today, as you can see, on estimating strategies. Our estimating strategy called close but easier. Let me know if you need any help with anything, and good luck.